In this short video I'm going to demonstrate to you why I never use a fence with the bandsaw. Well, I don't with this one, partly because when I bought this 1970s multifunctional machine it never came with a fence, that is for the bandsaw function. But before you switch off because you think this bandsaw is a toy, it's actually my current preferred small resident bandsaw, because my usual one has yet again suffered a broken guide wheel casting. Now, although the throat is really limited on this bandsaw, just bear in mind how versatile even a small bandsaw like this can be. Here I'm shaping a steering wheel boss for my custom designed sports car, and you just have to work around the narrow throat. It's not a big problem. Okay, so back to the plot. Why do I never use a fence on a bandsaw? Okay, not strictly true, but 90% of the time I work more accurately and more quickly by working to a marked line. You'll find little conventional woodworking on my channel, but method is paramount. And I share with you methods that have served me well for over half a century. Now, if you have a large bandsaw and you are cutting fairly modest stock thickness, then yes, use a fence. And if you are using a large bandsaw with the exact blade for the job and are deep cutting veneers, then yes, of course, use a fence. But for many woodworkers with small workshops and a modest bandsaw, let's say typically with a 10-inch throat, then the chances are the blade will wander when you use the fence. Why? Because most bandsaws come with a general purpose low-cost blade that dulls quite quickly. If the blade is less than razor sharp, it will struggle to cope with different grain densities when cutting down the grain. Now, cutting across the grain is a different matter, so a fence is okay usually. Also, if the blade guides, that is the upper and lower guides, are not adjusted perfectly and are not stout enough, the blade will also wander. Resharpened blades can sometimes have a bias on the tooth set, which is one reason I personally use hard-tipped throwaway blades. Now, I find it so quick to mark a line and then work to that line, whether it be for a straight or curved cut. And after a while it makes no difference, it just becomes quick. And you always leave the entire line on for accuracy. Well, you may disagree with me about the fence, in which case please leave a comment. But my advice really is, if you're using a fence and you're using it for ripping, make sure you use a proper ripping blade. Well, thanks for watching and safe woodworking. I got that steering boss wrong. It's too thick and it's going to take too long to cut it. Let's start again. See, it's so quick using the bandsaw. Method, method, method. It's all about method.